If you're thinking about buying the ASUS TUF Gaming F16, hang on, because today I'm diving deep into everything you need to know before hitting that buy button. This laptop promises powerhouse gaming with its Intel Core i5-210H and RTX 4050 GPU. Sounds great, right? But here's what surprised me: some hidden issues that could totally change your gaming experience. You might expect a smooth, lag-free run on a 144Hz screen, but wait until you hear why this laptop isn't for everyone. Let's break down what you're really getting, and why it might not be the perfect fit for your next gaming beast. So who exactly is the ASUS TUF Gaming F16 for? If you're a gamer on a budget looking for solid performance with a splash of style and military-grade durability, it targets you. You want something tough, with decent specs, running Windows 11 Home and playing the latest titles without breaking the bank. But what if that durable build means sacrificing some key performance factors? Or what if the cool design and high refresh rate don't hold up during intense sessions? Stick around because I'm uncovering everything, from specs to real-life gaming, including some surprising drawbacks I didn't expect. Now, before we go full nerd mode on specs, here's a quick joke. Why don't gamers ever get locked out? Because they always have Windows. Okay, cheesy, but it's true. Windows 11 Home is the OS here, powering the TUF F16, aiming to deliver smooth multitasking and great compatibility. Now back to business. Let's kick off with the heart of this machine, the 13th Gen Intel Core i5-210H processor, paired with the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050 GPU, carrying a max TGP of 115W. This combo is marketed as ready to tackle the latest game titles and multitasking with ease. But how effective is it really? Diving into the display, ASUS packs a 15.6-inch Full HD 144Hz screen with 100% sRGB color coverage. In theory, this reads like a dream. Vibrant visuals, super smooth refresh rate, and adaptive sync to minimize lag and tearing. Perfect for Twitch shooters and racing games where frame drops kill your vibe. But what's often overlooked is how this screen performs outside the spec sheet. Brightness levels, color accuracy in real-world scenarios, and how the laptop handles heat while pushing that panel hard. Let's talk about durability. The TUF Gaming F16 proudly wears its military-grade MIL STD 810H certification, claiming it's built to survive harsh conditions, drops, dust, extreme temperatures. This appeals especially if you're a clumsy gamer or someone who travels with their rig a lot. However, military-grade testing doesn't always translate to everyday durability or comfort. The laptop feels solid but weighs a bit more than some ultrabooks, potentially turning your gaming setup into a mini gym session. Lightweight? Not quite. Sturdy? Absolutely. Like trying to throw a tank in your backpack. Good luck. Now the cooling system is where ASUS tries to impress with arc flow fans, 4 exhaust vents, 5 heat pipes, and an anti-dust filter. That sounds like overkill, right? But here's the catch. The laptop still runs hot under heavy load. In fact, during longer gaming sessions or streaming, the fans kick in loudly and temperatures climb. So much for gaming in quiet mode or on your lap during that late-night raid. But wait, this is where the twist comes. Despite the thermal throttling concerns, the laptop maintains decent frame rates thanks to the GPU's 115W power ceiling, but it's not the beast many expect at this price point. Speaking of price, at $854.99, the ASUS TUF Gaming F16 sits in the mid-range market. It offers decent value with 8GB of DDR5 RAM and a speedy 512GB PCIe Gen 4 SSD. Fast storage is a blessing for loading games and apps quickly, but the RAM might feel limiting if you're running multiple programs or heavy editing software alongside gaming. The good news: ASUS usually allows easy upgrades. So if you bump the RAM to 16 GB, your multitasking game improves drastically. But having to spend extra cash on upgrades right out of the box, not ideal. Here's a quick question for you. How often do you upgrade your gaming rig components? If you're all in on plug and play, this laptop might test your patience a bit until you DIY some upgrades. Not everyone wants to deal with the inside of their laptop, let alone handle warranty risks. But on the flip side, the upgrade path could make the TUF F16 a midterm winner if you're patient and savvy. Let me drop another joke. Why did the gamer bring a broom to the computer store? Because they wanted to sweep the leaderboard. All right, enough fun. Let's get back to real talk. The TUF Gaming F16 shines with its integrated Dolby Atmos and high-res audio support. For a laptop in this category, the sound clarity and immersive audio when gaming or watching movies is a standout feature. Not all laptops deliver punchy, deep sound without bulky external speakers, and here ASUS manages to balance good audio quality with portability. Perfect if you're podcasting friends or streaming with a decent mic attached. But here's the ironic part. If the laptop's fan noise kicks in during heavy gaming, that beautiful audio experience can be overshadowed by the roar in the background. So immersive visuals meet noisy distractions, an unfortunate combo. This might leave headphone users more satisfied than those relying on the built-in speakers. We've talked about specs, display, durability, and cooling, but what about real-world gaming performance? From recent tests and trusted reviewers, the ASUS TUF Gaming F16 handles popular titles like Fortnite, Call of Duty, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider at medium to high settings, maintaining consistent frame rates around 60 to 70 FPS. It's definitely better than entry-level laptops, but trying to push ultra settings or 4K gaming, not really its playground. You'll notice dips and occasional stutters, especially as temperature and power limits hit throttling stages. This mixed bag of performance puts the TUF Gaming F16 in an interesting spot. It's reliable for casual and mid-level gaming, but not the machine if you're chasing hardcore competitive esports or content creation at scale. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Different users have different needs, but it's important you know so you're not over-expecting. Remember when I said this laptop carries a classic design with a subtle embossed TUF logo? That's a neat little touch for gamers who prefer a low-key look rather than flashy RGB everywhere. It also means this machine doesn't scream gamer in a crowded coffee shop, which is a bonus if you're mixing work and play. Now rehook time. But what about connectivity and ports? You're going to want to plug in that external SSD, controller, or maybe a second monitor, right? The ASUS TUF Gaming F16 covers your back with multiple USB ports, HDMI output, and a headphone jack, all essential for a smooth gaming setup. No crazy adapters needed here, which some compact laptops suffer from. It's a solid feature that's often overlooked but critical in daily use. And just in case you were wondering about battery life, spoiler alert, it's what you'd expect from a gaming laptop. Not great. Heavy gaming sessions drain it quickly, so you better stay tethered to power unless you want a surprise shutdown mid-boss fight. Here's a light joke to ease the pain. Why don't laptops ever get tired? Because they have so many fans. But clearly, you'll want that charger nearby. So to circle back and wrap all of this up, the ASUS TUF Gaming F16 is a capable mid-range gaming laptop offering a strong mix of features, solid performance for many popular games, military-grade durability, a smooth 144Hz display, and immersive audio. Its build quality and upgrade potential are definite positives, giving you room to grow. But the downsides: fan noise under stress, thermal throttling, limited RAM out-of-box for heavy multitasking, and battery life below average. If you're a casual or mid-level gamer who values ruggedness and a no-nonsense design without flashy extravagance, this could be your next gaming companion. On the other hand, Hardcore gamers chasing max performance, whisper quiet operation, or ultra settings might want to look elsewhere, or at least budget for those upgrades. Here's my final story. I recommended this laptop to a friend who's a university student and casual gamer. He loves the tough build for commuting and says the screen and audio upgraded his gaming nights. Meanwhile, I use it for everyday work and occasional gaming, and upgrading the RAM was the game changer. So it really depends on your needs and expectations. If this review helped you get closer to your gaming laptop decision, don't forget the best price is waiting for you on Amazon. Check the link in the description below. That way, you're getting the most bang for your buck without the surprises. Thanks for sticking with me through this honest review of the ASUS TUF Gaming F16. Whether you buy it or pass it on, at least now you know what you're getting into. Game on.